Well, hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. You know what? Today is Saturday, March the 21st, 2020. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Tracy Neubauer and Steve Leu. So without further ado, here's a birthday song for the two of you. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. Tracy and Steve, you're another year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You're 1 more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. And many more. You cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Alrighty, it's about 43 degrees outside right now. Chilly willy, my friends. Cloudy's overcasted. Now, for the remainder of the day, we're going to be partly cloudy this evening, followed by increasing clouds with showers developing after midnight. Lows around 34 degrees. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain, 50%. And then tomorrow, Sunday, March the 22nd, we're going to have showers. That's right, light rain early, then remaining cloudy with showers in the afternoon. Highs around 42 degrees Fahrenheit and winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. Sunday night, showers in the evening, then cloudy overnight. Lows around 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds going to be east to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 30%. Mostly cloudy during on Monday, March the 23rd. Highs around 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be light and variable. Partly cloudy in the evening. Increasing clouds with periods of showers after midnight. Lows around 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday, March the 24th. Highs near 55 degrees Fahrenheit and winds east. Sorry about that. At 10 to 15 miles per hour, chances of rain 50%. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy skies. Lows near 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be out of the north and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Wednesday, March 25th, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy in the afternoon. Highs around 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies early, increasing clouds overnight. Lows around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, March 26th, to wrap up the 5-day forecast. Cloudy skies, highs around 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then cloudy skies early with showers later on at night. Lows around 47 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. And that concludes the 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. All right, weather was brought to you by Kimberly Dodd Little, and her amazing sales on Facebook. That's right, all aspects of jewelry, $5 and below. No, I guess it's all just $5, no below. Not below, just $5. I'm pretty sure it's free shipping, but I'm not going to swear to that. I wouldn't swear to that at all. There's your weather forecast. Thank you, and good night. No, we've got more to go. We've got more to go. Song I was thinking of this morning. This morning, was it? This morning I was thinking of it. Well, I can't go for that. No, no can do. I can't go for that, can't go for that, can't go for that. And I'll do anything that you want me to do. But I can't go for that. No, no, can't do. I can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. I didn't want to do anything to you. Nope, I don't know. I don't know what it was that I wanted to show. A story for me to tell. There's got to be a story out there somewhere. How about to wash your hands? Don't forget to wash your hands. And I tell you how much time it takes. It takes about long enough to say the Lord's Prayer. That's right. That's right. The Lord's Prayer. Ugh. Yes, sir, the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as it is on earth. Oh, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, and thy power, and thy glory, forever and ever. Amen. That should be the length of the time to say to wash your hands. And it doesn't hurt to be praying over your hands anyway while you're washing them. So follow up, everyone. Follow up on hygiene. Anyway, most everybody ought to be washing their hands anyway. Don't go overboard. Don't wash them too much. People look at me when I say that and say, "What do you mean, don't wash them too much?" Well, if you wash your hands too many times in a row, or not in a row, but too much in one day, you're going to have chapped hands. And just ask a nurse. They wash their hands constantly. You're going to have chapped hands, and chapped hands lead to skin sores or open sores. Not open, but your blood is right close to the surface of your skin, and therefore you can pick up things a lot faster. So don't overwash. I probably said that yesterday or the day before anyway, because I don't care what they keep saying using antibacterial this and antibacterial that. I grew up playing in the mud, and if you take all your if you take all your stuff out of your system, you're gonna catch stuff. That's all there is to it. It is. It's true. It's what's gonna happen. All right. Let's see. What else do I? What? Oh, yes. There's things I would like to read about. I'd like to read a story, but I don't know what story. How about Mark Twain's short stories? Ooh, you know what I could do? I know what I'd like to read. I think it's under this section over here. Go to sleep. Okay, dokie, let me find something to read. I know what I was gonna do, but I can't find. Let's see, what do I want to do? Improve my accuracy. Okay, how to do that? Personalize your vocabulary. Add new words or phrases? No. Import phrases? Nope. Learn from emails? Nope. Open and the options is setting up options for padding. Adjust your acoustics, find error or train commands, get more information. No. I want my personalize my vocabulary. Accuracy. Add new word or phrase. No. Open the vocabulary editor. No. import a list of words, phrases, learn from specific documents, learn from set of emails. No, what I want to do is read. Wants accuracy, tuning. The acoustics and language model option optimizer adapts uses profile files to improve regulations accuracy. This adaptation is resource consuming operations, and it is preferred to run the acoustic and language modal optimizer when you are not actively using your microphone. Alright, whatever. Get out of that. I wanted to read to my computer so that I could increase my word vocabulary in my voice activation system because, well, it's a good thing to be able to do that. But anyway, let's do how about some Mark Twain short stories? Mark Twain short story? Like the jumping frog, a dog's tale. Ooh, that's what I'd really like to. Who was considered the dog? Wait a minute. What was he? The dog senator? Who was considered the dog lawyer from Kansas? Kansas City animal and dog lawyers. Compared to animal. Kansas animal about me, Kelly Cooper, attorney at law. No, that's not what I'm looking for at all. Who was the senator from Kansas that was considered a dog lawyer? Vest, there it is. Yeah. George Vast. Man's best friend. There it is. That's what I wanted to read. Just about everyone has heard the old saying, a man's best friend is his dog, or some variation of that phrase. However, I doubt that very many people know where that adage came from. It can be found in the transcript of a trial and it was part of one of the most memorable closing arguments ever made by a lawyer. The trial was held in Missouri in September of 1870, and it concerned the killing of a dog. Now, this was Senator Taft, and the reason I'm looking this up is because I watch a show in the morning called Death Valley Days, and Ronald Reagan played the part of Senator Taft when he was a lawyer, and you know how Ronald Reagan is about giving a speech. Well, anyway, this at the whenever I give the closing argument speech, that will let you know. But anyway, it was on the TV series Death Valley Days, and here it goes. The case revolved around a black and tan hound named Old Drum, who was the favorite dog of a farmer named Charles Burden. A nearby neighbor, Lydius Hornsby, owned a considerable amount of livestock. Because Hornsby had lost some sheep, presumably due to the attacks by local dogs, he swore to shoot any dog he found on his property. On October 28, 1869, Hornsby found Old Drum wandering near his yard and ordered one of his hired hands to shoot him. Burden immediately sued Hornsby for damages, and the trial quickly became one of the strangest in Missouri's history. After several appeals following hearings in lower level courts, the case eventually ended up in an appeal to the Supreme Court. Both the plaintiff and the defendant were stubborn men and set in their ways. In the end, they hired the best lawyers available in the state. Old Drum's owner was represented by G. N. Elliott and John F. Phelps, who both went on to distinguished careers as judges, and led by Wells H. Blugett, who became a state senator, and George G. Vest, who served in the United States Senate for 24 years. The dog's killer was represented by Francis M. Cockerell, who was elected as the other United States Senator from Missouri, and has served as such for 30 years. His partner, Thomas T. Crittenden, would go on to be elected to U.S. Congress and later became governor of Missouri. Anyway, it was well understood that Old Drum was a special hunting dog. He was quite famous in his local area, and he was quite famous in his local area and was much in demand for his tracking and trailing ability. A unique feature was his voice, which could be easily picked out of any pack. It had a deep, round, regular sound, like that from the booming of a drum, which is why Burton gave his old odd name. The dog was fearless, strong, and persistent, and seldom failed to get his quarry. Even Crittenden, won Hornsby's own counsels. Even Crittenden, one Hornsby's own counsels, would admit some years after the case had been decided that Old Drum was an exceptional hound, and that the dog was known for far and near as one of the finest, best nosed, and least uncertain, and as having the most singular bark. At the courthouse in Warrensburg, Missouri, the trial began with Judge Wright presiding. By this time, the case had attracted considerable interest because the emotional impact of a fine dog unnecessarily killed in its prime of life, the passion and hostility of the feeling between the individuals involved, and Dream Team of esteemed legal counsels representing the parties involved. The courtroom was crowded with lawyers, witnesses, and the supporters of both sides. The press and the merely curious. The judge was clearly annoyed about the degree of public interest and the expression of heat and the expressions of heat and rage, which seemed to go far beyond what should have been attracted by what he thought should have been a simple civil case. He demonstrated his impatience when he said that he wanted this dog case fully tried and ended, and has already taken too much time. This is perhaps why, after the witnesses were heard, despite the esteemed array of lawyers representing both parties, Judge Wright allowed only 2 closing speeches for each side. The very last argument in the trial was to be made by George Vest, on behalf of Old Drum's master. Vest had taken a deep personal interest in this case and had stated during the trial that he would win the case or apologize to every dog in Missouri. Vest's closing argument to the jury made no reference to any of the testimonies offered during the trial, and instead offered a eulogy of sorts. Only a partial transcript has survived, but it is one of the most enduring and passionate bits of porous to come out of the court proceedings. All right, here we go. When Vest stood, those in the courtroom saw a slightly 40-year-old man, only 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing about 110 pounds, and he had a large head and a short neck, broad shoulders, red hair, and a freckled face, blue eyes with a tingling of gray, and however his voice was clear and friendly, and his charm and ability to tell stories and paint pictures with words became clear when he began to speak. Gentlemen of the jury, the best friend a man has in the world may turn against him and become his enemy. His sons or daughters that he has reared with loving care may prove ungrateful. Those who are nearest and dearest to us, those whom we trust with our happiness and our good name, may become traitors to their faith. The money that a man has, he may lose. It flies away from him, perhaps when he needs it the most. A man's reputation may be sacrificed in a moment of ill-considered actions. The people who are prone to fall on their knees to do us honor with success is with us. When success is with us, may be the first to throw the stones of malice when failure settles its cloud upon our heads. The only absolute unselfish friend that a man can have is this in this selfish world. The one that never deserts him, the one that never proves ungrateful or treacherous, is his dog. Gentlemen of the jury, a man's dog stands by him in prosperity and in poverty, in health and in sickness. He will sleep on the cold ground where the wintry winds blow and the snow drives fierce. If only he may be near his master's side. He will kiss the hand that has no food to offer. He will lick the wounds and sores that come from an encounter with the roughest of the world. He guards the sleep of his pauper master as if he were a prince. And when all other friends desert, he remains. When rich takes wing and reputation falls to pieces, he is as constant in his love as the sun is in its journey through the heavens. If fortune drives the master forth an outcast in the world, friendliness and homeless, the faithful dog asks no high privilege than that of his company, to guard against danger, to fight against his enemies. And when the last scene of all comes, and death takes the master in his embrace, and his body is laid away in the cold ground, no matter if all other friends pursue their way, there by his graveside will the noble dog be found, his head bent down between his paws, his eyes sad but open, in alert watchfulness. faithful and true even in death. The defendant's lawyers, Crittenden and Corcoran, fully expected to emerge victoriously, but after Vests started speaking, they realized they had failed. People present in the trial reported that when Vest finished, there were few present in the courtroom. The jury included whose eyes weren't dry. Some have said that the jury's foreman appeared to lead the rest in weeping, recognizing that their case was lost. Crittenden is said to have whispered facetiously to his partner, "We had better get out of the courtroom with our client, else all might be hanged." In the end, Burden won and received a token award of $50. However, much more than this was accomplished by the chord struck by Vest's words. If you ever go to Warrensburg, Missouri, on the south corner of the courtyard of the current Johnson County courthouse lawn, you will find a bronze statue of the much beloved black and tan pound old drum, and it was erected in 1958 with the help of the contributions from dog lovers throughout the United States. The sculpture is of a hunting dog standing on all fours, with his tail relaxed and low and his head up. On the front of the concrete base is a bronze plaque on which you will find these words of George Vest's final argument, which not only moved the jury to find in Burden's favor, but also is the origin of the familiar and much beloved summary of our relationship to canines, a man's best friend. There you go. That's what I wanted to read about. I wanted to read about it day before yesterday because that's when I actually watched the show and then forgot about it and couldn't remember the senator's name. So I finally got to bring it up. So anyway, I got another phone call. Hello, can I help you? Well, I'm doing my blog on my TV, on my video, but yeah, what can I do for you? Okay, it looks like it's about time for us to do our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. And well, today the scripture is called, what is today's scripture called? Chirpy, 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 how to be chirpy. And anyway, I'm going to be reading 1 Kings 17 through 2 through 6. But if you're following the Bible with Briscoe, you'll be wanting today we're going to be doing Joshua 7 through 9 and Luke 1:21 through 38. All right, here we go. 1 Kings 17, 2 through 6. Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah. Leave here, turn eastward, and hide in the Kerith ravine, east of the Jordan. You will drink from the brook, and I have directed the ravens to supply you with food from there. So he did what the Lord had told him. He went to the Kerith ravine, east of the Jordan, and stayed there. The ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning, and bread and meat in the evening, and he drank from the brook. So there you go. Chirp, chirp, the birds. The birds provided. Actually, the Lord our God provided. But The Lord our God provided, but the birds brought it because the Lord our God commanded the birds. In any way, in any shape and form, that brings us to the conclusion of the Shen Show. And so I'll say, well, goodbye, my friends. It's a time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends, goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show, and as always, you know, God loves you and so do I, so be blessed and come back and see us tomorrow because, well, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.